Good day, everyone. I hope you're doing really well today. I am Pierrette and I am the owner of my company, Rouleau Real Estate Group. And today is Friday, November 5th. And as promised, this is the fifth installment of a five-part series to answer the question statistically, is the market slowing? Please do remember that I am looking at single family only, Asheville city limits only. Super important to keep demographic of location and style of property in mind when you are doing comparative market analyses. Super different question. Are we entering a recession in the city of Asheville, whether you are a buyer or a seller? So do remember that last time I took a look at under contracts or pendings versus new listings. And indeed, that is a barometer on the national market as well. And in the last 10 out of the 11 months, we have decreased in both under contracts and new listings. And we are 13% under contracts versus new listings year over year. So that is significant in terms of both the numbers of new listings, but the numbers of under contracts, right? So that single number would portend that we are indeed in a housing recession here in the city of Asheville. So remember that today is about supply versus demand. So I'm coming back around to that. So while we had 13% fewer under contracts versus active listings in the last 12 months. What we still have, you guys, is a month over month increase in the average price per square foot. In March, we entered into the 300 range, and we are squarely now at an average of $311 a square foot. All right. We are also continuing to increase in our average price per house. So it is moderating this year. We see a lot of price reductions. I predict by the end of the year, we will have a 9 to 10% increase in the average price per house this year alone, right? So the first year of the pandemic, we had about a 16% increase in the average price per house. Last year, we actually had more demand and we had a 20% increase in the average price per house. And our average price per house is moderating this year. The increase is moderating. I do believe it's going to go to about a 10% increase in the average price per house. And that's because we still have such huge demand in Asheville and Western North Carolina. People want to be here. Remember, we also have those 38 million new buyers who started coming in the market in 2020. And yes, Jerome Powell of the Federal Reserve has and is working on inflation. And he is working on inflation by getting supply and demand across our entire economy under control. And the way that he is going to do that is Machiavellian. He is going to increase job unemployment. We have such good job numbers right now that even though we have inflation in all sectors of the economy, we still have buyer demand. I believe that we're going to continue to see strong buyer demand in the city of Asheville as well as Western North Carolina for the foreseeable future. We have those 38 million new buyers who came out in 2020, and we have people who want to be here in our temperate rainforest climate. So it's a super interesting question. Is the market softening? Are we in a housing recession that does impact buyers or sellers differently? We are in a softening of the market. What we are seeing, of course, is great price reductions right now. We are seeing seller concessions on repairs. We are also seeing in some cases sellers offering mortgage rate buy downs. And yes, it is the case that sellers are needing to reduce their prices in order to sell their homes at this time. But remember that I think that we are still going to end the year at about a 10% increase in the average price per house. Our square footage price continues to go up. Our average price per house continues to go up. And that is because we have such a crunch on supply. And so people are still selling in a rising market for us and buying in a rising market for us, despite the fact that we are in a recession and in a softening of the market. So it's super important to have a really good real estate broker on your side, whether you are a buyer or a seller, to look at your particular home that you are interested in or interested in selling, your location, your demographic, the quality of your home, and what the price should be. I am Pierrette Rouleau. I am the owner of my company, Rouleau Real Estate Group. I have thoroughly enjoyed this series. Thank you so much again for allowing me to come into your space. Now put me to work. Have a great day.